Have you ever loved something so much that you just want to make it happen every day? Me neither. This is a podcast a day. Poddy a day. 316, I think, should be. I am infuriated. And I don't want to waste any time. So I've got my laptop here. For the first thing I want to go to, nothing major. Usually it's like, oh, Dwayne the Rock Johnson just had butt surgery. That look at this, check out, let's rate the new BBL. Like it's something like celebrity kind of related, or like, Jada Will Smith, breaking news. It was a marriage. And the next week it's, breaking news, it wasn't type thing. That's usually kind of the nonsense going on here. This was just something I saw on Twitter, which I just need to get out of the way right now. Because it pissed me off. It infuriated me. Just petty crimes, right? Petty crimes, pilfering, right? Stealing, like going to Argos, like needing a pen for something, like it's someone's birthday, and you're like, shit, I'm on my way now. I've got a car and got a pen, and you walk into an Argos and you take one of those little blue pens, and then you write the card. You write in the cards when you get in the car, and then you take it, and you've taken that pen from Argos. We've all done something like that. It's not deep. It doesn't matter. No one cares, or no one should care. And this is part of the problem, right? Is that there's some people who really do care. I mean, on a low level, like this isn't the thing that I saw that annoyed me, but filming in a cinema screen. I've worked in a cinema. Part of the job was walking into the screen, one of those annoying bastards wearing a high-vis vest. You got to look on the night vision, right? See if anyone's filming the screen. And the whole idea of that is obviously some people go in there, they film the whole movie, they put it up on, some whatever service platform, and you can watch the film filmed off of somebody's phone if you really want to do that. I don't know why, but some people do that, right? Do. And you can watch the doo-doo quality version of the film off of someone's phone, sitting in a screen. You can hear everyone coughing and laughing or not laughing at the good or bad jokes, right? And that's what they're trying to avoid. They're not trying to avoid people, on Snapchat who every time they watch a film, they take a photo of like when the title of the film comes up in the age rating, and they post it with like a little popcorn emoji, or like, I don't know, people taking photos with the flash off or whatever. But anyway, it was like, or like, when Avengers came out, people clearly went to go see the film. There was a big reaction when Captain America holds the hammer, and they went in to see it for a second time, and they recorded for 20 seconds when he catches the hammer to like capture, to show what the audience was reacting like. I saw someone post a clip like that, like, oh, remember the times, I don't think there'll ever be a moment like this again in the cinemas in my life, whatever. And the guy, someone quote tweeted it and posted like, first of all, don't record in cinema screens. Like, first of all, let me just tell you off, don't do that. That's actually not allowed. I don't know if you know that, but really not appropriate. Don't record in cinema screens. And it's like, I agree to an extent. Like, don't record the whole film. You probably shouldn't. You're not allowed to, I guess. Don't be like recording it like you're doing like a vlog in there. Sure. Don't have your flash on. Sure. But like pulling out your phone for 20 seconds to record like everyone cheering at something. Or it might have been No Way Home, actually, right? And no. By the way, in these moments, people are I've heard stories of people they saw Andrew Garfield and then Tobey Maguire walk out of a portal, and people, mainly it was more of an American thing, where people stood up, cheered, did backflips, screaming. I see clips all the time of people in cinema screens. People take it as an opportunity to work on their type 5. So just work on some easy heckling stand up, like watch a film, shout something out, see if they can get the whole audience laughs, shout something, and it's like that baffles me. That to the English ear, that baffles me. Now, if I go to a cinema, I might as well go on my own because I sit in dead silence. I don't want to talk. Don't lean over to me and say, "Oh, I recognize her." Say that can all wait till the end, whether it's good or bad. Just let me sit through it in silence, right? And that's just like how it is throughout. Now, yeah, in Avengers, I remember that was the first time I remember hearing people be like, "Whoa!" at a moment, and it was for the hammer. Same with No Way Home. Never experienced anything like that, like in terms of anything on any level, apart from those two moments, right? And even before you watch a film in this country, you have a passive aggressive message. Well, I watch in a particular cinema. I don't know if all cinemas do this, but you'll get a passive aggressive little message from like John Boyega or Daniel Kaluuya over the top. They'll like hire someone to do it, and then it'll play the same message for every film, which is the film's about to start, which means turn off your phones. It's time to like get ready to watch and be immersed by the big screen experience, which means no phones, no distractions, no talking. That's right, I'm talking about you over there in the back row, whatever. They do this like little coy, little cute, like little wink wink, everyone shut up kind of message thing, no talking before the screen, and then you watch it. Whereas in America, it's more like it's like a sports game out there. It gets crazy. But anyway, so the last of my distractions is someone recording the carnage going on as carnage goes on. You know, that's the bigger distraction to me, the actual carnage, not the guy in the back with the iPhone 12 capturing it all in, you know, 0.5 times zoom, great quality, whatever. He's got night mode on. It's great. But yeah, that's not the thing that bothered me. Again, it was more low level antics, low level crime. Can you call this crime? Can you call it crime if worst case scenario, on a very rare occasion, if you got caught doing it, you would get like an £80 fine? That's actually not true. I've underplayed that because I know someone who recently got caught somehow for like bumping a train, not paying, and they got fined like £250, which in my mind is ridiculous. You just got unlucky and got caught by a job's worth or something. And it was at Liverpool Street, which is probably why it was worse, because if you're just going between no-name stations or overground lines, it's fine. Anyway, this is boring. So, effectively, let's not beat around this bush any longer. When you walk through a gate in any country, I'm assuming how it works, but obviously it's not going to open and shut super quick. Some people are quicker and some people are slower than others, right? It's going to open, it's walking through, it's going to shut after you've tapped your card or put the ticket through or whatever. And the gates which are slightly bigger, which if you've got a buggy or something, you walk through that one. Or if you're with a bunch of kids, you walk through that one. They stay open probably slightly longer because they're bearing in mind the fact that if you're going through this gate in particular, you probably have a buggy with you or kids or something, so it stays open longer, right? And you know, whether it is the big gate or a smaller gate, sometimes people tag along behind you. Like, what's it called? Tailgate, but human version. Like, I'm gonna get through at the same time, don't have to pay, it's fine. And some people, like, they won't pay for the train. Like when I was younger, like when you're like a teenager, I remember people on their way home and back from school, they wouldn't pay for the train and they wouldn't tailgate behind someone. They would just like barge through the barrier, because if you just like push it enough, it'll like open a little bit, and you're a teenager, you can just kind of squeeze through. And the guy will be like, hey, stop doing that, and then you just kind of walk through, and it's like whatever. So it's not like people are doing it in an aggressive way. It's more like, and people are walking through, I'm just gonna walk through with these guys, and it's fine. And this guy is recording, which, by the way, if you're already recording in anticipation for something like this, already don't like you. So he's got like a GoPro just on his person at all times, I guess. And he goes through these barriers in anticipation that the guy behind him is going to do the thing. He gets gassed. He stops before he fully walks through, so the old guy can't walk through. And then he turns around and has you know, he just lets off verbal at him. And okay, first of all, I'm going to read out what he captions this tweet with his video. It said, firstly, he gives us a nice little trigger warning for anyone who doesn't like swear words. He says, warning, sweary rant warning. You're about to witness an angry man swear. If that troubles you, click away now. Okay, is everyone fine? Cool. And then the rest of the tweet says, this morning's fare dodging thief at East Croydon got it both barrels from me today. I don't know, I've never heard of that, by the way, as a phrase to say got it both barrels. That makes it sound like he got it from you verbally and like anal. What's the second barrel? I don't know. I've never heard that phrase. He got it from him from both ends. What does that mean? Both barrels. Basically, he let one rip. That also sounds like it's in the same sort of anal category. Well, I mean to say he gave it to him. No holds barred of the phrases. He let one rip when he shouted at him, whatever. He got it both barrels from me today. Sick of people trying to jump a free ride off me virtually every time I travel there. people were jumping through when I arrived and when I left, and then he added the TFL, if you don't know, Transport for London, which is like, oh my god, TFL aren't gonna fuck you. Um, why are you acting like this? First of all, you come across annoying in so many ways. You're a loser. Why does it bother you? Second of all, sick of people trying to jump a free ride off me. That's the right way to word it. They're getting a free ride off of you paying for a ticket. By the way, in this video, the guy who tries to walk through at the same time actually has got a ticket. It's not like he has his bank card or a phone, in which case, you know, he could have got through and he got caught. Okay, well, at least I still got a method to get through. He had already purchased a ticket, which means he's already given the money at this point because he already has a ticket for the day off or like a return ticket or wherever he's going. He already has one. He's already paid for it. So if he's walking for it at the same time, it was probably just out of convenience or to be quicker and not because he actually didn't pay for a ticket. He literally had one in his hand and he turned around. Besides the point, though. Yeah, getting a free ride off of your ticket is how it is actually should be worded, not the way he words it in the video when when he released both barrels on the guy. You know, sick of people trying to jump a free ride off me virtually every time. Guarantee it's not every time that happens. And if you know whatever, why do you even know? Why would you even notice? Honestly, people could be doing that to me. I would never notice because I don't care. I can't remember what it's called. It's not like a faceless crime. It's like a senseless crime. Like there's no like it's a victimless crime kind of thing. Who is it? Why do you care? It's like working in a place and someone eats a single chip, you know, while they're doing their job or something, and then you lose your shit. That's not allowed. Who do you get? Big Nando's or whatever, like Big McDonald's. Oh no, you had a chip for free on their time. Like, why do you? You know, it's crazy. Also, I clicked on his bio just to see. Normal account. It's not like a parody thing, but his bio says this is what his bio is written by him, not AI or whatever. This is him. This is how he, you know, how I put myself out there to the world. This is my entire personality, which is vocal camera cyclist calling out dangerous, incompetent drivers. Like most cyclists, I drive too. Also a multi-award winning designer, engineer, and entrepreneur. Okay. I mean, so many things in that. Entrepreneur, just using that word just makes me feel like, sure, mate. Second of all, this little part, like most cyclists, I drive too. That just alludes to a whole background of arguments you've been in where you've clearly used that line where you've been cycling, pissed off an angry driver, got into an argument, they've said something like, do you not know how the roads work? And you've replied by saying, I drive too, as what you think is a really smart comeback. Like that line, like most cyclists, I drive too, just shows the kind of like, oh, okay, mate, yeah. Just because you drive too doesn't mean you're good at that. And like you can be shit at both type thing, you know what I mean? And just like shut out the gate being like, I'm the vocal camera cyclist who calls out dangerous, incompetent drivers. That's my whole thing. It's got to change. And it's like, yeah, sometimes drivers are not great. Sometimes cyclists are annoying. If you encounter a lot, I don't drive or cycle on like main roads through central London or anything. Like only like in a bike lane through like suburban areas, whatever. But like, if you encounter, like I'm in the car a lot though, someone else driving, and if you encounter a lot of stupid cyclists and then you go and cycle and you encounter a lot of stupid drivers, do you not think that maybe there's one, you know, variable that's not changing here? There's one common denominator maybe? Because it doesn't, the way he describes these occurrences happening to him is almost every time I travel. Almost every time I travel on the train, someone tries to sneak through the back of me. Almost every time I'm on the cycling thing, like, someone's always... It's like, man, you know, this is... You're like, you know... Now, we have to watch the video. You're just going to hear the audio, obviously. Because it needs to be done. It needs to be done. So we're going to find it because it's just insane. It's insanity. And I need you to hear it just so you can... Just so I can get annoyed at it once more. I only saw this video about 20 minutes ago. Going through the gate right now. Oh!
Use your ticket, thank you. Sorry? This is my ticket. I'm not paying for you as well. Don't hit like, yeah?
No, no, don't walk in after me. Don't try and jump a fucking ride off me. I pay my ticket, you pay yours, thank you.
Yeah,
You're trying to jump
don't
through.
hit like
No,
that.
don't push past then.
Don't hit
No,
like that.
don't push past then.
Don't hit like that.
Why? Why should I not? I was simply standing in my space because I've paid for a fucking ticket and you haven't.
Brother,
So fuck
I
off.
have.
Good, then you put your ticket in and you go through properly.
Yeah, but don't hit like
Don't push behind people then.
Don't hit
Don't
like
come
that.
so close to me. You don't know who you're fucking messing with. Next time it's going to be somebody that's really nasty. Don't push through the fucking barriers. Fucking thieves.
Fucking thieves. Literally holding a ticket. Also, who are you thieving from? Second of all, the guy who works there, whose job is to police this whole thing, is just watching like, I don't give a fuck. He probably sees this happen like once a day or week or whatever. And just doesn't care. And like, you know, the wording he uses, I gotta go back to it. Where did he say it?
Don't try and jump a fucking ride off me. I pay my ticket, you pay yours, thank you.
Yeah,
You're trying to jump
don't
through.
hit like
No, don't push past then.
Don't hit
No,
like that.
don't push past
Don't
then.
hit like that.
Why? Why should I not? I was simply standing in my space because I've paid for a fucking ticket and you haven't. So fuck.
The whole like, I'm not paying for you as well. That's not how it works. If someone walks through the gate at the same time as you and you tapped, you're not paying for them as well. They're just, you know, being opportunistic and going through for free. You're not getting charged double. It's not like it taps and it notices how many footsteps walk through and then that's how much you get charged. I would be annoyed, you know, if a group of school kids on a school trip all walk through and I tap and oh my god, now it's 100 quid or whatever, right? You know, like, you tapped wherever you're going. Let's say it's gonna cost you like £2.60. I don't know where you're going. I don't know where you came from, Cotton Eye Joe. I don't know where you're going. How the song goes, right? Whether he walks through or not, it's still £2.60. And also, like, I'm not trying to like suggest anything, but just the way you're coming across, you're just giving off massive Tory vibes. The entitlement, the anger, like, this would only enrage you coming from a very, you know, it's not coming from a place where, oh, we need to pay though because it's a trickle down effect and the money goes back into helping the train lines that makes it more efficient. It's coming from a place that this like whole, you internally can't stand the fact that you paid for a ticket and he didn't, and that enrages you so much that you walk around with a GoPro on and call out people with this whole like, I pay my ticket when I'm, you know, it's just giving off Tory vibes. The rage, the anger you're getting from it. Also the fact that in your tweet you said where is it? You said every time I travel there, every time you travel to Croydon, I'm assuming he's not from Croydon, I'm assuming he's from what would be maybe in quotation marks a better area. You're just giving off Tory vibes. People don't fuck with that, man. You know, you don't be giving off Tory vibes. That ain't a good look, even if you're not one. You know, it's not a great look. Also, your literal profile picture on your Twitter account is a picture of your bike seat with a GoPro on the back. This is consumed you and became your entire personality. It's insane, you know? And it is just like, all because some, and like, I get it. Obviously I could come through this with the argument that if someone is like walking through a gate trying to avoid paying what is, you know, more expensive than most countries and maybe most cities, right, for travel, but still you could argue relatively insignificant amount of money for getting charged like 2 to 5 quid or whatever it is, or 7 quid, or however, I don't know how far it is that people are going and get out enough, right? The easy argument is if you're trying to, you know, not pay that amount, then it's probably because you're not in financially a great place, right? I obviously also know a lot of people who work full time, they have money and jobs, and they still bump the train, and they can afford to tap it. They've got the money in their account too, and they just don't, right? Now, regardless, who fucking cares anyway? But also just going at someone who potentially is maybe just trying to walk through at the same time as the back of someone, when there's a good chance they actually can't afford it. Like, I'm not saying that's everyone, but there's a good chance. Like, the last time I walked through a barrier at the same time as somebody else was because of that. I literally couldn't afford it. Didn't have a job. Didn't have a job for ages. Couldn't get one. Bunch of interviews. Nothing happened. Like the interviews, what seemingly would not be a hurdle. It's like, oh, this is like 4 stops away on the train. You don't realize how far that is actually walking it. Oh, that's like a 2.5 hour walk. Crazy. You know, you have to walk in. You go in for the interview, you walked all the way, you walked like 3 hours for a job interview, you didn't get the job, you walk back or whatever it is. So like, yeah, you bumped a train. It's like because you needed to type thing. It's just like crazy. It's crazy. You're crazy. The fact you care, the fact like it's such a victimless crime, the fact it's not even a crime really, the fact that if you're doing it, it's probably because you need to be doing it. Like, it's just, it just ain't. You know what? You know what? It just ain't it. It just ain't it, chief. You know, that's what I'd say. He'd turn around and shout at me, and I'd get my finger and I'd say, no, that just ain't it. You're a bad vibe, sir. You're giving off bad energy. And I think everyone would clap and agree. Because, you know, everyone in the video is sort of just looking over thinking, oh, one of these guys. You know, you don't want to be known as one of these guys. You're not fun at parties. What do you talk? Do you just show people your GoPro footage? Like, it's just crazy. Like you again, I'm sorry, but your bio on Twitter, fucking also a multi-award winning designer, engineer, and an entrepreneur. This isn't LinkedIn. Who are you trying to impress? No one gives a fuck. This is Twitter. This is Twitter, and you post videos shouting at people on the roads or on trains. Who are you trying to multi-award winning? No one's noshing you anyway. That was 21 minutes just purely on that one thing because I'm just like, why does that? No, man. Save that shit for Facebook. Okay, get over on Facebook with that, man. Oh, this is the type of thing as well I'd put out in the world expecting most people just to agree with and be like, yeah, like why do you even care? And it's the type of thing because I've done this type of thing before, and then all the feedback you get, no one's gonna watch this by the way. But like I'm talking about in other senses. Or just in conversation, you bring something up with like your mum or something, or just like a cousin or someone you don't really speak to, or like an uncle, and you're just expecting a certain response back, like for them to agree with you basically, and they disagree and they're on the other person's side, and you're like, oh my god, it's the whole world's mad. I found a specific case here, and it's just like crazy. I'm hoping that's not the case. But yeah, 22 minutes. Just had to mention that because Jesus Christ, insane. That's all. To 316, I think, on to 317.